The ICF Canoe Sprint World Championships are brought to you by the Province of Ontario, the Government of Canada, and Tourism Niagara.
Welcome back to Canoe Niagara 2013 in Welland, Ontario. The next race up is the C1 Under-23 Men's 1,000-meter Heat 1, and it is a stacked field.
In lane number 3, Tom, we've got France's Romain BEUGNET. In lane 4, Korea's Seokhun PARK. Lane 5 is Argentina's Facundo PAGIOLA. Lane 6 from Poland, Michal KUDLA. Lane 7 from Iran, Sayed Eskanomtsi. And lane number 8, Latvia's Dagnis ILJINS.
And we are missing lane 7, Iran. Pay attention to lane 2, Czech Republic. Looks like they are missing as well, and he was the favorite, Fuska. He was first at the Under-23 World Cup with an incredibly fast time of 3:54, and he was actually second at a Senior World Cup with a mind-blowingly fast time of 3:48. So him not being in this race really changes the field and the dimensions of the field.
Well, yeah, the first place finisher, and then we have our start. The first place finisher goes right through to the final. Keep your eye on lane number 8, Latvia's Dagnis ILJINS.
Yeah, Dagnis is very fast at the Junior European Championships. Nice technique on him, quick start strokes. You see, it's a fast little stroke, quick exit right at the hip, staying nice and forward. The boat isn't bouncing too much. That is a smooth C1, very even, not bouncing side to side. That's what you want to see. Poland in lane 6, also an incredibly long and strong history of paddlers coming from Poland. This athlete on the start, he's just pumping it for this first 100 meters, and then we'll see him settle into something a little more relaxed and calm throughout. But unlike the last race we saw, first goes directly to the A final. So these athletes do want to win. The best athletes want to cross the finish line first.
This Polish athlete is huge. Michal KUDLA stands probably 6'3", and you can see the reach he's got. He's just powering his way through these strokes. But here comes Dagnis ILJINS on the far outside in lane 8. Here he is.
Yeah, I really like the way this Latvian is paddling. He's got a nice quick stroke, which is going to lend itself to this tailwind. And he's also very smooth. It's impressive. You can see right in this shot here how many more strokes he's putting in than some of the other players on the field. But very controlled, very strong.
And in lane 3, here we've got the French athlete really starting to pick things up. Look at the stroke on this kid. He's relaxed and very powerful. Romain BEUGNET from France.
Yeah, the French team, again, has a long history of paddlers, and they've got a few seniors who are top of the world right now, some of the best paddlers. So we'll see these young athletes going towards that Olympic podium.
And look at this, the sun's coming out, Tom, for the last 500 meters of this race. How much is that going to change things? These kids started off training in the downpouring rain, but now we've got some open skies here at the beautiful Welland International Flatwater Center.
Well, through the 500, we have lane 8 in first by about a boat over lane 6, Poland, and the white boat in lane 3, France, sitting third. So lane 8 in the blue boat, going for that win, going for that direct-to-final spot. As the weather changes throughout a race, you kind of get used to it. We paddle in all sorts of conditions all year. You have no choice but to just grin and bear it.
And here comes Dagnis ILJINS from Latvia. Look at the stroke and the extension on this guy. He's getting his paddle up to the beginning parts of the deck on his blue boat.
I'm loving the spread. Look at his legs here. Look at that movement. His hips are moving back and forth, but never going back past 90 degrees. As soon as you move that back leg back past 90 degrees, the boat tends to bounce and move. You'll see here it'll get a little less smooth, a little less fluid, but that's just because his muscles are burning. They're screaming at him to stop, wondering what he is doing right now. But he is fighting for that first spot to get directly to that A final.
It's about extension, but being efficient on your stroke. It's about extension and being efficient. Here's the extension from the Polish athlete. He's big. Oh,
this guy is very tall. He likes that tailwind. Nice, solid strokes. Very connected. He's going to be fighting. He wants to go through. At the 200-meter mark, we've got a meter between lanes 8 and 6. These athletes are fighting for that spot. They do not want to go to a semifinal if they can help it. It's much better to get this over with as soon as possible. Rest up for a day.
The Polish athlete has the momentum, and look at the extension he's getting. Dagnis ILJINS is starting to hunker down now, and look at his stroke rate coming up. He's about 75 strokes a minute for the finishing kick, Tom.
Yeah, we are in this last 100 meters of this race. It looks like Dagnis is going to take it, but it is close, and the Polish athlete is pouring it on right now. Cannot tell from this angle who's winning. It's going to be too close to call at the finish. Look for the boat chute. Look for the athlete to throw their body backwards, launch the nose of the boat forward, and get that extra inch. Right now, it looks like lane 8 has got it. With 10 meters to go, it is lane 8 by a boat over the Polish athlete in lane 6. What a great race for those two guys. They fought through that. Their time is really going to be indicative of what we're going to see in the final. Thank you, and here are our final results. A 3:53.6. My gosh, that is a fast time. Followed by a 3:55. Would have been a little closer had he fought that last 10 meters. So those two athletes are going to really be fighting for that first spot on the podium in a few days. Notice they mentioned that the Czech athlete was missing. That really changes your strategy all of a sudden.